Hey guys, what's up? It's Nick here, and in today's video I'm going to give you guys another Adobe Photoshop tutorial. In today's video I'm going to be talking about a certain way to go ahead and reduce noise from your pictures. Now, I was doing this because I wanted to take some pictures today, and I had them and they were pretty noisy, pretty grainy, and I wanted to know if I could remove the noise. And anyway, in today's video I'm going to give you guys a little tip on how to go ahead and reduce the noise in your photos. This isn't going to be about how to remove noise completely from your photos, but it's going to be a pretty good way to get rid of it. I did some searching online and I found a pretty good way to get rid of it that works. So if you guys don't know what noise is, it's basically the graininess on a photograph or a picture or a video, basically where it's all grainy and stuff. Like for example, my camera, the Flip Ultra HD, it was a bad decision to buy that, but my camera does terrible indoors and it's all noisy and grainy. So I took a picture with it of me being stupid, this right here, and this is the final product with the noise removed. But if I go ahead and hide this layer, and I made it before I did the adjustments, I made a duplicate layer that has no changes to it. So if I hide the layer that has all the changes to it, this is what the original photograph looked like. As you notice, it's very grainy, very noisy, and bleh. Now if I put the photograph that has all the adjustments, as you can see here, I did a fairly good job getting rid of all the noise. As you can see, there's still noise, but that's because it was just this bad. So anyway, in today's video I'm going to give you a tip on how to go ahead and remove noise from your photo. So I'm going to give you a tip with indoor photos such as this one, as well as outdoor photos like the one I'm about to show you. So my next example is a picture that I took outside when I was on the lake. As you can see here, this is what it looks like. And it's a pretty good picture actually. I like it. So this is what it looks like. It's a picture of the lake. And if I go ahead and hide it, as you notice, this is what the original one looks like. So if I go ahead and zoom in towards the sky closer, as you can notice, you can see all this grain and all this noise. This is the original photo. But if I go ahead and show the adjusted photo, as you can see, it looks like this. Now there still is some noise there, but as you can notice, it's drastically changed from this noise right here. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys two examples, one with an indoor photo and one with an outdoor photo. So for the indoor photo, I think I took all these 6 pictures over here, and they were me basically being retarded in front of a camera, and I came and looked like this. Now I apologize if the word retarded is offensive. It's just, you get my point if you see this. So I'm going to use this picture right here. So if I go ahead and open this picture up with Photoshop, as you can see here, it's very grainy, very noisy, and yeah. And let's say I want to go ahead and change it to get rid of the noise. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to duplicate the layer over here, and I'm going to hide the copy underneath of it so that we have a comparison to see what we have done. So, selected back on the normal layer, I'm going to go over here to the Channels tab, and I'm going to click on the red channel first. And as you notice, it looks like this. It's all black and white. And as you notice, you can see even more grain, like this right here. So the tip that I learned was to add a blur to it to sort of blur out the grain. Now I know there's other ways to remove grain, but however, this is the way that's just quick and easy. It doesn't remove all of it, but it removes most of it. So to do this, I'm just going to go to Filter. I'm going to go to Blur, and I'm going to use Surface Blur right here, and then you can go ahead and change up the radius and threshold to whatever you want to. So I'm not going to make it too big, but I'm not going to make it too blurry either. So I'm thinking keep it like that. Raise the threshold up a little bit, maybe down the radius, up the threshold. No, I'm going to keep it like that. That seems pretty good. I'm going to click OK, and then I'm going to select the green channel, and I'm going to do the same thing. Blur, surface blur, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to do another surface blur here, and another surface blur. Then I'm going to go back to RGB, and it looks like this. Now as you notice, it's a little or a lot blurred because all I did was add a blur, but as you notice, it took out all of the grain. Now this is the changed photo, and this is the original. As you notice, grain, blur, grain, blur. Now as you notice, I think I overdid it with the blur a lot. That's just because I didn't have enough time to sit down and play with the settings. But however, this indoor footage isn't really the best example, so I'm just going to go ahead and close that without saving, and I'm going to test it on outdoor footage now, which does a lot better. So if I go here, this is a folder of a whole bunch of stuff that I took on a hike that I went on a couple weeks ago, which I think it was about a month ago actually. And as you notice, I have all of these photos from the frozen lake, and I have all of these. I even have a couple of videos of the frozen lake, because the frozen lake made a whole bunch of cool sounds. And I even had all of this like ice that was on the lake that was actually really cool. And so I'm going to use one of these photos. And wait, first of all, if you guys are seeing this right down here, which is a picture of me holding up a little Smurf thing, we were at my grandmother's house and I found this, and I whipped my iPhone out and filmed myself holding up this little Smurf thing. So that is why that is there, just to tell you guys. So I'm going to choose one of these photos. So I'm going to choose, let's say, this one right here. So I'm just going to drag that into Photoshop, and I'm going to unlock the background, and I'm going to duplicate the layer so that we have our workflow solid. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to zoom in so you guys can see all of this green right here. So if I want to go ahead and remove that, all I want to do is just do the same thing. Go to Channels, go to Red. I'm going to go to Filter. I'm going to go to Blur and Surface Blur. And I'm going to zoom into that. So I'm adjusting the threshold with the scroll wheel. My bad. So I'm going to lower down the threshold and lower the radius. And I think that's good. As you can see, not that much blur. So I'm going to go to Green, Filter, Surface Blur, Blue, Filter, Surface Blur. Now I do recommend change the surface blur up a little. It's just, I didn't for the sake of this video. So as you notice, this is what the full photo looks like with all of the blur added to it. And if I go ahead and I hide it, this is what the original photo looks like. Here's the photo with the blur. Here's it without the blur. Here's it with the blur. If we go ahead and zoom in, as you notice, oh, too zoomed in. You can see all the pixels. But this is what it looks like here without the blur. I mean, with the blur. This is what it looks like with all of the adjustments. And here's what it looks like without. So as you see here, grainy, noisy, not grainy, not noisy. So that's pretty much it, actually. It's really cool, and that's how you do it. Now, this isn't the best way to do it. This is just a little basic way to do it if you just want to get rid of a little bit of noise. But anyway, that is the way that I figured out how to do it. Now, there are more advanced ways of doing this, and I assure you that I will make a tutorial about more advanced ways of removing noise. But for the moment now, that is the moment I'm going to show you. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have any more suggestions for a video you want to see me do in the future, leave them in the comment section below. And if you guys want to see all of the pictures that I took on my hike, leave them in the comments below, because I kind of want to make a video little out of that. So anyway, that's pretty much it for the video. I talked for 7 minutes, so I'm going to get off right now. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.